Hi Aquarius, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is the Sacred Feminine, which translates to the Empress in this deck. I'm also seeing Eight of Swords. And Page of Swords. Seeing Eight of Swords next to Empress kind of feels like something that you may want to be moving in the direction of. Having Page of Swords next to it can be that if you sort of dive into this and find out more about it, that you are going to progress. So let's use an example for this. Empress can be you feeling attracted to music, okay? And so maybe there's like an instrument that you want to learn more about, and there can be a part of you that's like I kind of am interested in playing that, but I don't know if I'd be any good because we have that Eight of Swords there. It's kind of feeling like a bit shut down, kind of a bit disconnected from the curiosity. And so there can be this part of you that's like, even if I looked into that, like I don't know if I'd be able to do anything with it. It's like starting on that sort of train of thought. But then having Page of Swords here is about how curiosity and openness is really going to be your best friend. And it's really about listening to that part of you that's saying, hey, this is something that I feel drawn to. This is something that I want to do, or something that I want to create, something that I'm interested in. And that you will progress if you're sort of keeping your mind open here. We can also see Empress as something that you want to birth into creation as well, because it is connected with the creative energy, like with your life force and whatnot. This feels both creative and intuitive. Seeing King of Wands, Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands. So it's going to be like a fusion of those energies. Like there can be this part of you where King of Wands is this part of you that comes online and is like, hey, I want to approach this thing, or I want to do this, or I'm interested in going in this direction. This is something that I want to initiate. I'm ready for it. But then having Queen of Cups there can be the part of you that's a bit more, can have a more difficult time initiating sometimes, actually. But that's also what the Page of Swords is about. It's about learning. Like you're not expected to know all of this and to have all of this figured out, but to allow this part of you that's like, let's just see what happens. Let me like read about this or look into it and then see what I find. And it feels like that's going to empower you to pursue something here that you want to be pursuing. I feel like this reading is all court cards. We have Page of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Cups, we have Knight of Wands, we have Queen of Swords, we have Knight of Swords, and we have Page of Cups. Those are all the court cards. And then we also have the Empress, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have Eight of Wands. And now we have Queen of Pentacles also coming out too. Even though court cards can be seen as like different people, I like to see the court cards as different parts of ourselves, where the part of us that is the Page of Swords. That's a part of us that like we want to have conversations, or we want to have research about something, or we want to look into something or learn about it and be open to sort of taking in that new information so we can sort of grow mentally in some type of way, to understand something, to then to like go and research and find something, and then be able to take that in and to apply it to something that you want to be doing here. King of Wands is the part of you that's going to take that, whatever this is, that Page of Swords, again, Page of Swords is a part of you that's like, that thing over there, I'm interested in that, I want to learn more about that, I want to go in that direction. So this is like from a mental place, I want to gather the information. This is something that can be sort of a new, curious venture of mine that I want to go on. So that's happening there. Then when we have King of Wands is about initiating, and King of Wands is also about recognizing what you feel drawn to, and also what you feel moved to do, what you feel inspired to do, and then taking action based off of that. Then we also have the energy of the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the part of you that's going to be like feeling things out, where it can be sort of a delicate balance when we have both of these energies, because sometimes King of Wands can like want to do something and can be a little bit like rushing into things, or just like really intense and really passionate. Queen of Cups is that part of you that can be wanting to more so flow into something and tune in and check in and say like, how do I feel? What does this feel like? What's going on? What is this bringing up for me? So you have those energies that are merging with one another. And then it feels like when those energies come together, when not only are you moved and feeling inspired and saying, I'm ready to do this, but also that you feel like you are grounded and in tune and in touch and moving. So both of these energies move together. Then the next card that we have is Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the part of us that is brave, that is excited, that wants to do something, try something, very adventurous. And that is the part that sort of mobilizes the inspiration, like, or the attraction in some way. So there's something that you sort of want to move towards, something that you want to go after, and really being down for the adventure of it. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm feeling called in this direction, so I want to see. And it can be tied in with ambition as well, too, depending on what's going on. And then also we have the Queen of Swords here, which is about being like methodical in the way that we're thinking, to ask, like, is this rational? Is this making sense? And it can also mean too that when you sort of get a bunch of information in front of you, Queen of Swords can be the thing that organizes that, so you can sort of make sense of what's going on here, make sense of what you're feeling, make sense of what you're learning, make sense of sort of the data that is connected with the experience that you're having. Then we also have Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, like the Knight of Wands, these are the two fastest knights. The Knight of Swords is going to be taking action in a very swift way. And so it can be like, I'm feeling the thing, and so I'm going to do the thing. Or like, I don't want to hesitate, I don't want to wait, like, don't make me wait. I see Swords energy as being like a bit impatient in that way of like, why do we need to wait anymore? I just want to go for this and sort of immerse myself in that. And then we also have Page of Cups here. So this can be like all of the new feelings that this brings up for you, and sort of what you're sensing and what you're tuning into. I see Page of Cups as being connected with our intuition and the signs and signals that we get. And then the last court card that we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles is the part of you that's checking into things and taking it in and asking, like, how is this going to affect me on a personal level? Like, am I able to do that? Do I have the energy to be doing that? Does this feel like it's connected with my values? Is this a good investment for me to be making? Because I want to feel a sense of security. I want to feel a sense of stability, especially because we have 10 of Pentacles next to Queen of Pentacles. So this is like, whatever it is that I'm doing, I want to make sure that it increases a sense of security, or that it allows me to feel stable in a way that can be maintained rather than feeling like something is oscillating constantly. And it can also be about personal goals that we have too. Because Ten of Pentacles can be the stuff that we want to accomplish, or the things that we are willing to put the work into to see that materialize. And Queen of Pentacles is really that card that's going to do that, that's going to commit to something, that's going to stick to something, and see this as a form of self-love even, and a form of self-connection. So let's break this down another way. We have the Empress. So this is like creativity that wants to be birthed through you. King of Wands is going to be the part of you that's like, I'm ready. I don't need to wait any longer. I want to jump in. I want to pursue this. Let's see what happens. And it can also be connected with like feeling self-assured and whatnot. Like the feeling is enough to be going off of here, or this inspiration is enough to be going off of here. Why wait? I can do this. I'm capable of this. So there's also that self-belief there too. And then having Knight of Swords is going to be quickly doing something then. So let me take action now. I don't want to wait. Let me do this. Let me make this move right now. And it can be like more of an intellectual pursuit that's being made by the Knight of Swords. Then when we get over here, we have Eight of Swords and we have Queen of Cups. So this can be like the part of you that is really in tune and connected emotionally to what you're sensing and what you're feeling and what you're tuning into. There can be a lot of overthinking, and there can be some type of overwhelm, and there is a need to sort of ground what's going on up here so you can sort of like fall into the way that it is, drop into what it is that you're feeling and what it is that your intuition is telling you. So rather than basing your understanding off of the maybe like anxiety or overwhelm that you're experiencing, it's dropping into your heart and saying, hey, what's going on? What are we feeling? Connecting with your third eye, connecting with your intuition, and saying like, hey, give me the information. Let me know like how I really feel about this, like beyond the worries, beyond the anxiety, beyond like whatever else. How do I really feel about that? What is the nature of that? Then we move over to the energy that is the Page of Swords. So this is something has piqued my curiosity and I'm very interested in it and I want to investigate. And Knight of Wands is that part of you that's really going to be unleashed and actually do exactly that, what you want to be doing here. And having Queen of Pentacles, it feels like this is on behalf of something that on a personal level that you want to be doing, that you want to be... yeah, I see this as like something personally that you want to do for yourself. You have a personal interest or personal investment in this, and that you would see this as being something that personally appeals to you. Then with the Eight of Wands, this is about moving forward. This is about the direction that we're going in, and it can also speak about like incoming things too. And it speaks about movement. It speaks about not really feeling like we have anything blocking us anymore. So we can just go in the direction that we want to be going in. And that is where we connect then with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is moving into a place where this is like a thought-provoking position to be in, where there's sort of an analysis of, I think, like everything that's going on here. Like given all of these different steps and all of these different energies that you're channeling, bringing it into a place where there's a way to organize it, where there's a way to understand it, digest it, and then apply it. And then to end with the Ten of Pentacles, it feels like this is about moving towards something or even getting to some type of result that we want. I want to clarify the Ten of Pentacles and see if we can get more about this. It can be about realizing like, hey, that goal has value and that is something that I want to do. That is something that I want to move towards. I'm seeing that this holds weight for me. That can mean too that something can stabilize as well. That something can feel like it's very solid and it's not going anywhere and it is going to be lasting. The card that we have that is clarifying 10 of Pentacles is the Lovers. So the Lovers can actually be a relationship, and I'm seeing Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This can be communicating that's happening, this can be talking that's happening, this can be finding things out, asking questions, investigating. So there can be a relationship that you are investigating, it can be a partnership that you are investigating, and you can feel too like this lights up all of these different parts of yourself as well. Allowing yourself to take action off of what you feel inspired to do, trusting yourself, believing in yourself, figuring out like where the anxiety comes from, and then also not being ruled completely by your mind to a point where you're not tuned into what you're feeling anymore. So to make sure that there's balance between that. Being curious and excited about what it is that you want to do, and knowing that this is something that is, I think, like really motivated for yourself and also for your quality of life too. So instead of saying like it needs to like definitely be a certain result, when we have Page of Swords and we have Knight of Wands, there can be more of a like this could really be something great, and so I'm interested in finding that out and seeing if it really can be what I want it to be, if this really can be something of value. And this feels like it's more than just a simple guess that's happening, because we also have Queen of Swords here. And so I'd say that this is something that you've been putting a lot of thought into, or that even now you're considering something a lot more seriously and saying like, can this be something that feels beyond foundational, but also something that really aids or adds to the quality of experience, the experience that I'm having connected with my life, the life that I'm living. Also too, Venus can be connected with relationships as well, as that is the only major arcana that we have here. I do see this as a moving forward that's happening. On a personal level, there can be some like feeling a little bit stuck about this, or like not really knowing. I feel like more of an unsure energy more than anything, and then being like, why do I feel that way? Like sort of breaking down where this anxiety is coming from, or where all of these thoughts are coming from, and getting a better feel for them through investigating them. I feel like that covers just about everything. I feel like there's intellectual conversation, emotional conversation. There can also be finding out about what would be created together for those of you that a relationship is part of this. Like, and it can be, there are lots of different ways relationships can be. This could be like a business partnership, and you're like, I have an idea that this is what I want to be creating, or this is what I want to be producing. Do you want to do that too? It can be like making sure that everybody's on the same page here with this, and really tuning into how you're feeling. For those of you that there are multiple energies within this, there can be one energy that's a bit more like ready to move forward, and another energy that's like, hey, this is moving kind of fast, I don't know about all of that. And so there can be like a little bit of a balance between those. And keep in mind, that can also be, there can be a part of you that's like, hey, I want to go into this, I don't want to have to wait. And then there can be another part of you on an emotional level that's like, I don't know, I haven't taken time to feel this out all the way yet. So there can kind of be that like back and forth a bit here. Feel like going into this in a way where you are open-minded, ready for the adventure, ready for the experience, that is going to inform you of what you need to know. But without doing that, you're not really going to have the information to be able to know anyway. And so that's what the encouragement is to do here, to allow yourself to explore, see what you find, and then do with that what you want. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. For some of you, there can be many, many, many people that are involved in this. This can be like a little collective of people this can be a group setting that you guys are involved with, just because there's like a very wild amount of court cards here. And so fit that into your context. For those of you that you know you're not in a situation that a million people are involved in it, apply it in that way. But for those of you that may be going into some type of group setting or setting where there are a lot of different people that are involved, there can be a lot of different personalities that are sort of showing up and involved here. And I do think that there are ways to get everything to work together, but there's also some stuff to have to work through simultaneously. Okay, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.